these things have to communicate love, have to communicate care, have to communicate, hey, I got you.
You respect the food,
Yeah.
right? You respect the process.
And I respect my fellow human being.
Good. Welcome to another edition of Vince's at Home.
Hi, everybody.
We have Jose here. We've always used Mad Mexican, so what a pleasure having you.
Thank you so much.
Anytime we've had a video where we need to use a salsa or a pico de gallo or a guacamole, and I know I'm not saying it right, you're gonna say it the right way. Guacamole?
That's perfect.
You started Mad Mexican from a one-bedroom apartment in Toronto.
Yes.
Okay, so what's the story?
Basically, I came to Canada to learn how to cook at Georgetown. Not to learn, but to have my school. So basically, I have been cooking 5 years up until that point. Went to cook for McEwan and Michael Stadtländer and the best chefs I could get my hand on.
At the restaurants?
Yeah. In 2005, I was at the St. Lawrence Market looking at where was I going to progress with my life. As I was pondering on that question at the St. Lawrence Market, the owner of a store came out and asked me if I knew how to do guacamole, one. And second, he told me that he had a table that he would like to rent outside of his store. We started by making guacamole the first day, and then we did salsa verde, salsa roja.
And this is off of one table outside of a store at the St. Lawrence Market.
Exactly. And my one-bedroom apartment.
Yeah. That was your prep kitchen?
Yes. But we upgraded later when we moved into what my wife called a 2-kitchen, 1-bedroom apartment.
Two kitchens.
So you would have to go down to the St. Lawrence Market ready to go.
Right. I would wake up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, mash guacamole, fresh, it had to be, and so on. Drive over, set up my table, set my sampling. The next move was to try to get the product into store shelves, and that was a very slow process. In the meantime, I had an opportunity with an investor. We partnered, we opened a great Mexican food restaurant. Back then was like the one and only.
Cool.
It was called Frida Restaurant. You can look at it. Like I became famous for a little bit. And the agreement was that I could use the basement kitchen to prepare Mad Mexican.
And that's when you started selling. Because I think we've probably been selling your product for close to 10 years now.
Yeah, we have tons of appreciation.
Yeah, oh my gosh. No, well, the product is amazing. Before you came with your fresh guacamole, really you either had to make it yourself or it was like a paste. And then your product hit the shelves and it's like, this is real. What does it take to make a fresh guacamole that actually can stay, 2 weeks?
2 weeks. I think there's physical factors and there is philosophical factors. On the physical factors, the avocados, as soon as they get to the food terminal, they're green and we ripen them ourselves. So they never went into a chamber of ripening. So for us, it was just babying the avocado from the beginning. The philosophical reason is a little bit more. For me, my way of communication is through food. It has always been like that. I can make you feel better. I can make you feel bad. I can make you feel spiced up. The only competition really that our guacamole has is yours.
Homemade.
Right? The one that you make homemade.
Yes.
The moment that you don't want to do that, then come with us.
That's
because
right.
we're there. We're right there for you.
But you don't just make salsa and guacamole, you make a whole bunch of new things now.
Yeah.
So what did you expand into after that?
Salsa verde, roasted tomatillo and avocado salsa, which is a lighter guacamole, but with roasted tomatillo. So a tomatillo is actually from the kumquat family, the one that has the peel. In Mexico, it's super common and it's very acid. So it goes very well with the spices and with salt.
Yes.
You know, you have a salsa. It just enlivens everything that you put on. So the chips are another way of expression. Basically, we buy corn, dried corn, organic. We cook it, we let it sit for 18 hours, then we wash it, then we stone grind it, and that's what becomes a chip. From my perspective, from the cook's perspective, I'm always trying to bring the meal experience a little bit higher. These chili oils, it's like putting perfume before going out at night. It just takes it to the next level.
It is pretty.
Wow.
If you want to open it and smell it, that's an herbal pepper.
Yep. Oh yeah. All right, well, we've learned a ton about you, Jose, and Mad Mexican. On next week's episode, we're going to start doing some cooking and you're going to teach us some wonderful recipes that we can bring into our kitchens.
I hope I don't disappoint you guys.
You won't.